Here we will look at some examples of normal probability distribution. I will be working on this problem here. And for this problem here, we are given mean and standard deviation, which are 20 and 5 respectively. Now let's look at this very first problem here. So let's draw a diagram for the given scenario. Our mean is in middle, which is 20. And we are given this value here. Okay, this value here, and we are supposed to find this area, this shaded area. First, let's find z-score for 12 using this formula. Z equals to x minus mean over standard deviation. So our x is 12 and our mean is 20 and our standard deviation is 5. So let's substitute those numbers in this formula here. We have 12 minus 20 over 5, which is equal to negative 1.6. Now let's look at the table to find the area for negative 1.6 z-score. So for that, we'll be looking at the row of negative 1.6 and column of 0.00. So we get the area to be 0.0548, which is this one. Okay. So let me put that down here. So this area, which is found to be 0.0548, and that equals to 0.0548. Now let me show you how to find this area or this probability using calculator. For that, punch in second, then distribution, then you'll use normal CDF, then use this arrow key to go to number 2, hit enter. Let me clear what I have on here. As you are looking at the screen, we know we need lower value, upper value, mean, standard deviation. So our lower value will be large negative number. So for this one, I will just take negative 100,000. And for our upper value, it's 12. Let me move my calculator a little bit so that we can see our mean and standard deviation. So our mean is 20 and our standard deviation is 5. Now hit enter. So we got this number using calculator, and this is exactly what we got using the table also. Now let me show you how to find this probability using Excel. So for that, type in equals, then type in norm.dist, then put your parentheses. Our x here is 12, our mean is 20, and our standard deviation is 5. And we will type true, or you can just type 1. Then hit enter. And this is what we have, and this is exactly what we got using calculator and also using table. Let's work on this problem here, and let me draw a diagram for this given scenario. So our mean is in middle, which is 20. And we are supposed to find this area here. And our 15 is here. First, let's find z-score for 15. Now let's use the formula for that, which is z equals to x minus mean over standard deviation. So our x is 12, our mean is 20, and our standard deviation is 5. Let's plug in those numbers in formula here. So we get 15 minus 20 over 5, which comes out to be -1. Now let's look up the area in the table. So let me pull up the table first. For -1 z-score, we will look at -1 row and 0.00 column. So basically this row and this column. Okay, that gives us 0.1587. Okay, so let me put that down here. So this area here is 0.1587. So this is the area to the left, but here we need area to the right. So basically we are looking at this area, but from the table we got this area here. So what we need to do is we subtract this value from 1. So subtracting that from 1, we get 1 minus 0.1587 is 0.8413. So this is equal to 0.8413. Now let me show you how to find this probability using calculator. For that, go to second, then distribution. We'll be using normal CDF. Let me move my calculator here. So looking at this, we know our lower value is 15. So let's put that there, 15. And our upper value will be large positive number. So for that one, I will take 100,000. Our mean is 20. And standard deviation is 5. Now let's hit enter and enter. This is what we have using calculator, and this is exactly what we got using table also. Now let me show you how to find this value in Excel. For that, type in equals, then type in norm dot distribution, then put parentheses. Our x value is 15, mean is 20, and our standard deviation is 5. Then we'll be typing true because we are looking at the cumulative probability up to 15. Then close your parentheses, then hit enter. What we have here is area to the left, but in fact, we will need area to the right. So for that, now to find the area to the right, what we need to do is subtract this value from 1. So let's do that. Equals 1 minus this value here, then hit enter. So this is what we got, and this is the area to the left, and that's what exactly we need. And this is the same number we got using table and also using calculator. Now let's work on another problem. Now let's draw a diagram for this given scenario. Let me put our mean down here. We know mean is in between. We know mean is in between, which is 20. So let me write that down here, and we are given these values. So 18 and 29. We are supposed to be finding this area in between. Let me draw that. Basically this area in between. If we are trying to work in table, we will need to find z-score for 18 and 29. So let's do that. For 18, our z-score would be z equals to 18 minus 20 over 5, which comes out to be negative 0.4. Now let me pull up my table to find the area for z-score of negative 0.4. So for that, we'll be looking at negative 0.4 and column of 0, 0. So that means this is the value, which is 0.3446. So that's the area. Let me put that down here. That means the area to the left of 18, like this area, let me put that down here. So area to the left of 18 is 0.3446. Now let's find the z-score for 29. So for that, we have z equals to 29 minus 20 over 5, which is equal to 1.8. Now let me pull up the table so that we can find the area for z-score of 1.8. For that, we'll be looking at the row of 1.8 and column of 0.00. So basically, the area is 0.9641. So let me put that down here. So basically the area from left of 29 is 0.9641. Now, once we have area to the left of 18 and also area to the left of 29, all we need to do is subtract these two areas to find the area in between. When we subtract 0.3446 from 0.9641, we get the area in between, and that is 0.6195. Now, let me show you how to find this probability in calculator. For that, go to second distribution, then we need normal CDF, select that, then hit enter. So let me clear my calculator here. So looking at the diagram here, we can decide what are our lower value, our upper value, our mean, and standard deviation. So from here, our lower value is 18, our upper value is 29, our mean is 20, and our standard deviation is 5. Now hit enter and enter. So we have this number here, and this is exactly what we got from table also. Now, let me show you how to find this value here in Excel. So for that, we will do equals norm.dist, then put parentheses, our x. Let's try to find the area for 18 first. So our x here is 18, our mean is 20, our standard deviation is 5. Since we are trying to find cumulative area from point 18, we will just use 1, or you can just type true. I will just use 1 for this, then close your parentheses, then hit enter. Okay, so this is the area to the left from point 18. Now we need the area to the left from point 29. So for that, we can do type equals, then type norm.dist, then put your parentheses. Our x here is 29, since we are trying to find the area to the left from 29. Our mean is 20, and our standard deviation is 5. Again, here we are trying to find cumulative area from point 21. So we will type 1, or you can also type true. Then close your parentheses, then hit enter. In fact, we are looking for a number in between. So for that, what we can do is we can subtract these two numbers. So let's do that. Equals minus this number, we'll get the area in between, which is this number here, and this is exactly what we got using table and calculator also. Now, let's work on the very last problem. Let's draw a diagram for the given scenario. So let me put our mean here, which is 20. If our 22 is here and our 31 is here, we are supposed to find this area in between. This area. Now let me show you how to find this area in between using table. So for that, we need to find z-score for 22 and 31. Let's do one at a time. Let's find z-score for 22. All we need to do is we can plug in the value of x, value of mean, and standard deviation in the formula. On doing that, we get z equals to 22 minus 20 over 5, which is equals to 2 over 5, which is equal to 0.4. Now, let me pull up my table so that we can look up the area for 0.4. So for that, we will look at row of 0.4 and column of 0.00. From the table, that number is 0.6554. This number here. And that means the area to the left of 22. So that means area to the left of 22 is 0.6554. Now let's find the area to the left of 31. So for that, we can use z-score, which is 31 over 20 by 5. This is equals to 11 over 5, which is equals to 2.2. 2.2. Now, let me pull up the table again. Look at the row of 2.2 and column of 0.00. So the value here is 0.9861. So basically, the area to the left of 31, so let me put that down here. Area to the left of 31 is 0.9861. Since we are looking for the area in between 22 and 31, all we need to do is subtract 0.6554 from this value here, from this number here. On doing that, we get 0.3307. So this area here is 0.3307. That means this probability here is 0.3307. Now let me show you how to find this value using calculator. So for that, punch in second, distribution. We'll be using normal CDF, hit enter. Let me clear what I have here. So looking at the table, we know our lower value is 22 and our upper value is 31. And let me move this over here now. We know our mean is 20, so let me put that down here, and our standard deviation is 5. Now hit enter and hit enter again. So this is what we got here, and this is exactly what we got from table also. Now let me show you how to find that value in Excel. So to find the area to the left of 22, we will type in equals, then type in norm dot dist, then put parentheses. Our x here is 22 since we are trying to find area to the left of 22. Our mean is 20 and our standard deviation is 5. Then we will type true since we are trying to find cumulative area up to 22. then close your parentheses, then hit enter. This is the area to the left of 22. Now we need area to the left of 31. For that, type in equals, then type in norm.dist, then put your parentheses. Since here we are trying to find area to the left of 31, our x will be 31. Our mean is 20 and our standard deviation is 5. And here we are trying to find cumulative area up to 31. We will just type true, then close your parentheses, then hit enter. So this is the area to the left of 31. And if you look at this diagram here, we are looking at the area in between 22 and 31. So for that, all we need to do is subtract this number from this number. So let's do that. That minus this. Then hit enter. And this is what we have. And this is exactly what we got using table and calculator. Finally, we are done. And here I have listed all these probabilities at one place. Thank you for watching. We hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe our channel. We will be bringing more and more videos on variety of topics.